Hello there. Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube. Hello Grace. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you? You made it.
Hello.
Hello Grace.
Hi, Mom.
Oh,
It's my first time here.
welcome. I hope you'll like it. I'm sure
Thank
you.
you for adding me.
Oh, you're welcome. It's my pleasure. Do you have some questions? Do you have some like part 1, part 2, part 3 questions that we can use?
Yes, ma'am. I downloaded the speaking app.
Oh, that's good. So is that from Cambridge or IDP, British Council?
Oh, I think it's the application that was been from the review center.
Oh, okay.
As they've been suggesting
That's
to use.
excellent. Actually, we can start now if you like.
Yes, ma'am. It's my honor to be here.
That's good. So that we can make use of our time. I don't want to waste my time because this is gonna be cut off in 40 minutes, I think. All right. So what am I gonna do? Let me just grab my laptop or other device. Okay, there is another one, Arpita. Okay. So would you be okay if I'll make you a candidate and then there's another one coming, Arpita. She can be the
Yes, ma'am.
she can be the examiner and she's gonna give you questions and then after that you switch.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm just here to not mark down, but take notes of the things. Maybe I don't know what I'm gonna notice, if it's pronunciation, if it's grammar. I'll just say, a couple of things. Arpita, hello.
Hey, Travis.
Hello, ma'am. How are
Hi,
you?
how are you? Very good, very good. So Arpita, are you ready to be the
Yes, ma'am.
examiner?
I'm ready, but actually my internet is poor today,
Oh,
so I don't think I will be able to speak quite smoothly today. So can you just let another people to join so that I can hear for some time and then I can.
yes, of course, of course. All right, so there is Rishu. Rishu, welcome. Hi,
Hi.
Rishu.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you very much. So are you ready to be an examiner? And then Grace would be the candidate. You are the examiner. Grace would be the candidate. And then after one part, I'm gonna let you choose, guys, which part do you wanna speak? If it's part 2 or part 3 or part 1, it doesn't matter. And then after that, I'll give you a chance for one part and then you switch and then we'll go back because I don't wanna make it like, okay, part 1 now, then part 2 and part 3 for one person.
So it would be random, right?
It would be like, for example, it's gonna be Grace who's gonna speak first, and then if she wants to choose part 1, then be ready to give questions for part 1. If she wants part 2, then be ready for part 2 questions. Would that be okay?
Yeah.
Okay, Grace, are you ready now? You have to unmute yourself, Grace. Grace, unmute yourself if you're talking. We can't hear you. Grace, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
Okay, good. So, all right. Now, I'm gonna ask I don't know where this. Okay. So now, Rishu, you can start. Oh, what do you want? Which part do you want, Grace, to practice
Part
speaking?
one.
Part one. Okay, Rishu, are you ready with your questions for part one? You can ask 5 questions, part one questions. And then I'm gonna write down some notes. So you can let, Rishu, can you unmute yourself if in case you are talking, you are muted.
Yeah, sorry. I can see that I have.
Okay. So, yeah, Grace is ready for your part one questions. 5 questions for Grace.
Hello, Grace.
Hello, yes.
Did I ask you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So the first question is, what do you like to talk about?
Oh, I would like. Is that a question already? Part one question.
Yeah, it's a part one question.
Oh, it's a part one question. Oh, I would like to talk about beautiful things. For me, to encourage others and to make, to become their, to give joy and become interesting, to make friends and allow myself to be known. And I think it's a good thing to talk about everything if you are um, you are true with that person, and I think you have to trust each other.
Okay, let me just interrupt for a bit. So Grace, this is your first feedback. I don't know if you are familiar, you are already familiar with part one question. It's a short answer, direct answer, but short, 2 to 3 sentences, or maybe 4, it's okay, but not too much. Do you
Okay.
know?
Oh yes, ma'am.
Are you aware? Are you aware?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's good. So now we'll give you another chance, the same question, and then answer it direct answer. When I say direct answer, you reflect the grammar of the examiner. Let's say the examiner would say, okay, what was the question? What do you want to talk about? So do is a present, simple present tense. So you say, oh, I want to talk about this. So I want is a simple present. Or if for example, the examiner would say, are you working? So then you would say, yes, I am. So that's the direct answer and reflection of the grammar of the examiner. It's, I find it very, I find it simpler to answer the question directly, and then you can add 1 or 2 details.
Okay.
Let's say, are you working? You say, yes, I am working, and I work as a teacher. I work in this school located in this street. Da, da, da. That's it. And then the examiner will ask you questions again. Okay, Rishu, give the same answer for Grace. Go.
Okay. So, what do you like to talk about?
Well, I would like to talk about beautiful things to my friends and families, to become their inspiration. And I think this is the best way to start your day, to talk about beautiful things.
Okay, Grace,
Yes.
another feedback. So I noticed you said, I would like to talk about. The question from the examiner, what do you? Was that what do you, Rishu? Maybe I'm
Yeah,
wrong.
it's what do you like to do?
Okay, what do you like to do? So, what do you like to talk about? So your answer should be, I like to talk
I
about.
like.
Yeah, okay? All right, so
Okay.
let's give you another chance. And that's already 3 times, so you have only, after this, you have only 2 more questions. All right, Rishu, go. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm repeating the question.
Yes, the same question, please.
What do you like to talk about?
I like to talk about interesting things and beautiful things with my friends and family. I think it's a good way to start a conversation.
Perfect. Okay, go.
Okay.
Do you change your opinion frequently?
Well, I'm not that kind of person. I don't change my opinion frequently. I have strict rules to myself that I have to stick on my decision.
Perfect. Okay, one more question.
Um,
How do you keep things tidy?
I always like my things to be organized most of the time, and I do cleaning up all as a day. I do cleaning up every day, especially during at night when all my kids are sleeping.
Okay, perfect. All right, so now you're gonna switch. Grace would be the examiner, but before that, I just wanna point out um, something. I think you said I want to be organized. I don't know. I didn't hear the D sound, Grace. To be is to be organized. You can review the recording. I'm recording this one and I'm gonna post it on our group chat so you can
Okay.
review how you answer. I'm not sure if, but as far as I'm concerned, I didn't hear the D sound. To be organized. I think you said something like that. All right, now I just wanna welcome Arpita, Luz, and Arti. Arti, hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome, guys.
Hi, Mom. Hi,
Hi,
everyone.
hi, Arti. Thank you for coming. Okay.
How are you,
Hi.
ma'am?
Hi,
And
ma'am.
how was your project?
My project. Oh, it
Delivered.
was done. Yes, 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 yes. Was
Done.
perfect. Yeah,
Great.
yeah. Thank you for asking, Luz. Hi.
Hi, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So.
How are you, ma'am?
Thank you. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you very much. It's snowing not right now in Ottawa. If you see, when you see the recording, it's live video on YouTube, so you will see when I post it. It's snowing right now in Ottawa, which is good because I love it. All right. So now Grace is the examiner. Rishu is the candidate. Now, which part do you want to be asked, Rishu?
I'm just interrupting. Is there somebody else who want to answer it first?
Oh, okay. So you are okay with just be an examiner?
No, I'm okay, but I'm just doing something, so I just need to finish it. So I was thinking that if somebody else want to answer first, then
Okay, sure. Okay, Grace, you'll be the examiner, and I don't know if Arpita is ready. If not, then Luz will be the candidate.
I can, ma'am.
You
No,
can.
I
Okay.
think, yes.
Great. All right, Grace. So you and Arpita, you are the examiner. Arpita is the candidate. Which part? Part 3 or part 2 or part 1?
Are you asking me, ma'am?
Yes, I'm asking you, Arpita, which part, because you can choose whether part 1 questions, part 2 question, or part 3 questions.
Okay, I will go with part 1
Part 1.
first.
Okay, just tips for all of you guys, except for Arti. She finished already and she did really, really great with her speaking. We heard about that. She posted that on our Facebook group. So just some tips. Part 1, don't stress too much with thinking about the correct answer, good ideas. It's just a warm up. So I just don't want you guys to get burned out when you get to part 3. Part 3 is the most, I mean, like for about thinking ideas. That should be your focus of your, of your brain, thinking too much. But part 1, don't think too much. It's just like personal question: where do you live, and what do you like, or do you like to eat, which food, something like that. So just relax. It's just a warm up. Okay. So,
Okay.
all right, Arpita, now Grace is the examiner. Part 1 questions, 5 questions. Please, thank
Sure.
you.
Do you think it's important to read newspapers?
Yes, of course, it is really important to read the newspaper on a daily basis to improve your knowledge on outside world. That's it.
Okay, good. Next question.
Do you always have a good night's sleep?
Oh, not really, but due to some workload uh, and also for the for studying late night. Uh, so it not on a daily basis I get a good night's sleep, but yes, I try to complete 8 hours of sleep.
Okay.
How can we fight sleep difficulties?
Can you repeat it? I missed one word.
Okay, how can we fight sleep difficulties?
Okay, you're saying find,
Yes,
right?
fight.
Okay.
Yes, fight.
Yeah, like
Right.
overcome, like,
All right. Okay. So how can we overcome the sleep, right?
the
Yes.
difficulties
Difficulties.
to sleep.
Okay.
Sleep
All right.
difficulties. Okay.
So I think we can overcome this. We can overcome the difficulty in sleeping uh, uh, by making a good routine, and also by taking small naps whenever you are free or you have no other work to do.
Okay,
That's it.
so just let me interrupt because I want to say something on the first question. That was newspaper, right, Grace?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I think your answer there was really good. It was smooth and everything. But second question, you struggled with fluency. I think you hesitated a few times, and uh, I don't know. So you have to overcome that. Okay, it's like, but this is a practice. So that's the purpose why we practice here, so that whatever weaknesses we have, uh, we can review that. We can listen to the recording and try to correct. And then the next question, how to overcome sleep difficulties. And again, you also hesitated. So I want Grace to give the same questions. The sleep, do you sleep good, something like that, and then how do you overcome. Grace, I think, I don't know, are you sure the how do you overcome or how do you fight sleep difficulties is part one question?
Yes, ma'am. How can we fight sleep difficulties? It's like when I search it, it's just, you will just say, just avoid napping in the afternoon or avoid drinking coffee, like that.
Okay, can you read the whole model answer for us, please?
Okay. The answer is, as I know, by the most efficient way to combat sleep problems is just to stick with the sleep schedule, sleep regular schedule. I think that's
it. Okay.
how to answer it.
Yeah. All right. That's good. Thank you, Grace. So now you ask Arpita again. This is her last questions, 2 questions, but repeat the 2 questions. Do you sleep? I don't know. Do you have a good sleep? And then the difficulty. All right. Okay, go.
Okay. Um, do you always have a good sleep?
Not really, but yes, I do try to maintain 8 hours of sleep.
Perfect. Okay, next.
How can we fight sleep difficulties?
Okay, so we can fight sleep difficulties by not drinking too much caffeine, and also by sleeping less in the daytime so that we can have a proper sleep at night.
Perfect. Bravo. Oh, that's really
Thank you,
a
ma'am.
quick improvement, Arpita. Oh, I'm so
Thank you,
impressed. Okay. All right. So now Rishu says that she's ready to answer questions. Now, Arpita,
Yes.
can you be an examiner for Rishu?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Sure.
Okay, good. Thank you. And thank you, Grace. And then Rishu,
Thank
which
you.
one, which part do you want? Okay, Arpita and you can negotiate.
Arpita, I would like to answer
Yes.
part 3.
Part 3. All right. Just give me 2 seconds. I will just take this out there.
Sure.
Okay, so Rishu, part 3. So since part 3 you can answer long, it doesn't matter how long as you don't keep repeating, because once you keep repeating your ideas, then the examiner will just interrupt you, because there's no, there's no sense anymore in your answer anyway. So, but you can talk and talk and talk as long as you have, you still have an idea or more ideas about the topic. Okay, so 3 questions for long answers, okay?
All right.
Thank
So,
you.
Rishu, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So, the first question is, why do old people not like changes?
Old people generally tend to have a tendency of living in the same world in which they are living, and changes, they are reluctant to changes because, see, they are born and put in an atmosphere where like acceptance of changes is very difficult. For example, like when the technology was introduced initially, like the mobile phone, so they find it very difficult to accept that and to operate that. So initially there was a hurdle, there was problems operating that. So that's the reason I think they find it difficult to access this, and they are reluctant in having that new things, adopting new things basically.
Okay, good.
Okay. So, do you think it's important for people to socialize with their neighbors?
I think it depends upon person to person. If a person is an introvert person who doesn't want to socialize, it will be difficult for them to like interact with the neighbors. But if a person is extrovert and can have a conversation, so he can easily go and have a conversation with them. They can socialize. They can even attend their parties. They can meet up on an everyday basis, or like skipping 1 or 2 days. So I believe this is the person-to-person perspective and perception of having that socialization kind of stuff.
Okay.
Okay. How do people socialize with their neighbors?
There are number of ways people can socialize with them. They can meet them when if any festival is there, when they have any problem, they can meet themselves. Even if there's some occasion in your family, you can invite them, so they feel like they are treated as a part of their family or friends. So I believe these are the ways where you can interact with your neighbor, and the neighbor get the feeling of uh, having that family kind feeling, so they can involve with you. And either ways you can if there's any community meeting in your societies, you can go and there will be a get together, so you got to know about your neighbors. And I believe these are the way where you can socialize with them.
Okay, that's it. So I couldn't keep up with you, Rishu, for the part 1 question, but I'm pretty sure you answered really good. But part 2 question, do you think it's good to socialize with neighbors? Was that the question?
It was part 3 questions.
Part 3, ma.
Yeah, part 3. Do you think it was the question, the second question you gave, Arpita, was, do you think it's important to socialize, right?
Important for people to socialize with their neighbors.
With their neighbors. Okay. So I just, all I can say here is, do you think, so it's kind of like, if I would answer the question, I would say I think yes, or I think no, and then I'll explain why I said that. But you said it depends on person. So I think it asked your opinion if it's good or not good. You know what I mean? But you can listen again and see if it would be better for you to answer it like yes or no. and then give the reason why, instead of saying it depends on a person. Because if we would answer like it depends on a person, we can say, I think, like, I don't know, I can't think of example anyway, so we'll just skip that. And also, Rishu, I think there is a, and this is for all of us, even me, we have like pronunciations. It's not about accent, but we have pronunciations that would interfere. It's our native language that would interfere in our pronunciation in English. So I'm sure you would notice that when you listen to the recording. And what I would suggest, because this is also what I do, if you think that there are phrases that you say, for example, you say or you said in the recording, and you kind of ask yourself, am I, if I'm with the examiner, would he be able to understand what I'm saying, the whole phrase, for example? Because if our native language would interfere our pronunciation of words, it's hard for the examiner to really mark you with grammar, pronunciation, and fluency and coherence, right? So I'm sure you know already how to evaluate yourself also. You listen to some not recordings, but for example, TED Talks, videos of native speakers, and then try to mimic that. Try to mimic and then record it and then play it to yourself and listen if you mimic like almost perfectly the way the native speaker is saying the word or the whole phrase. I don't know if I'm understandable. I'm also struggling with the language.
You're quite understandable.
It's hard, like I have to speak.
I'm finding this difficult where what exactly what are the words and the.
I think it's easy for you to grab words. It's just that to me, I don't know if it's just me because I don't speak your language, or I don't know. It's just that some of those words, it's hard for me. I hear them, but I'm not sure if I'm hearing them correctly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's go to, thank you guys. That was really a good job. All right, Luz. Rishu, do you want to be an examiner for Luz?
Yes, I'll do that. This one.
Okay. All right. So I don't know, you negotiate, Rishu and Luz, which part do you want?
Maybe part 3. Part 3.
Yeah,
Part three.
you're so brave.
No, because that's the reason. That's the reason why. Because
Yeah,
I'm not,
we want to
not
practice.
quite familiar with the part 3 questions.
Part 3
so
questions, okay.
I just want to challenge my brain.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Liz, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
So the question is, why do people of all ages like cartoons?
Well, I strongly believe that all people, or in any ages, really love watching cartoons because it gives them pleasure. It gives them something that is, or that would make them feel relaxed or help them to unwind. For example, myself, I really love watching those cartoons because it makes me to loosen up after a very long day at work.
Okay. Let me just, interrupt.
Grammar sleep.
No. Your grammar was, I'm not even like paying attention to your grammar. I was just thinking that
Okay.
because the question was cartoons of all ages, I think that was why do people of all ages like cartoons. So you gave an example of yourself when you are an adult. right? And that was good.
Yes.
But because it asked about of all ages, it would be good is if you also give an example of a young child or younger
Oh, I
than you,
see.
and then after that you also give older than you for an example that yeah, and I know also many children or this particular child, he loves this cartoon, and I feel like both of us we love the same cartoons, and I also noticed my neighbor who is 60 years old, 70 years old, loves to watch Simpsons or something.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay,
Noted, ma'am.
so now
Yes, ma'am.
question again, the same question, Rishu, and let's give Luz another chance for that.
Okay.
Okay.
Why do people of all ages like cartoons?
Well, based on my knowledge, all people at any age really love to watch cartoons because it gives them immense pleasure and it also helps them to relax. For example, my kids, they really love watching all cartoons from Disney Channel, Disney Channel because it helps them to, in a way, help them to develop their critical thinking. Me, myself, I really love watching cartoons also because it helps me to loosen up or to unwind. And I believe those older people, they love or they like watching cartoons also because it helps them to mingle with their kids. Like it's also a great way for their bonding.
Yes, perfect. Yes, you just kind of struggle with fluency, but not that bad. It was, like it's just that
Okay,
you
ma'am.
kind of like off guard there with the question, but that was not bad. It
Okay,
was
ma'am.
really good. All right, so we have 9 minutes and 30 seconds left. Arti, do you wanna say something?
Ah, yes, ma'am. Ma'am
Yeah, madam.
Arti
Yes.
already finished the exam, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. So
that's
let others practice.
Oh, okay. I just thought you have an input, you have something, some tips, or yeah, from your exam. Do you wanna say something about your exam? You can share with them.
Yeah, I just passed my exam few days back. It was last Monday on 9th November,
Mhm.
and it was the result was above my expectation. And speaking was very good, as I actually posted on the group. I scored 8 in speaking. That was the
wow.
highest in speaking.
Yeah. No.
Yes, and in writing also that was good. In writing was 7,
Mhm.
but I'm disappointed with the listening and the reading marks. Listening, I was aware of listening because it was very bad. It
Okay.
went worse. But reading was, means 6 is little disappointing because reading went well.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know. Maybe my answers were not right. I
Mhm.
don't know.
Mhm.
But if I talk about speaking,
Mhm.
so speaking was good in terms of my confidence. Means what I noticed is my vocabulary is not very good, but yeah, it is average. I'll point it average.
Mhm.
And for the usage of idioms and other things, I'm not very good in that.
Mhm.
I used it, I think, one or two things. One idiom I used there. I
Mhm.
don't remember exactly right now. And vocabulary was also not fantastic in the interview, in the test.
Mhm.
But I think it was my confidence, because of which the examiner scored me very good. So
Okay.
I was confident. I was confident for the marks that I'll
Mhm.
score good in speaking because throughout the conversation she was listening to me very properly,
Okay.
very nice manner, and she was like, very. She was showing interest while talking to me,
Mhm.
and I was feeling like I was sitting with a friend
who has met me after a long time. So, you know, it was like a very good conversation.
Mhm.
I didn't, you know, it was, it went very well. So, speaking also, the confidence which I got, I think that is because of Rita ma'am.
Oh,
I used to
thank you.
practice every day in the session. I was
Exactly.
regular in the session.
Yeah.
Yes, so that really helped me. I think that was the thing which, you know, pushed me up.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
it really got me confidence there.
Yeah.
Because I don't think using a good range of vocabulary or using so many things where you know you have to struggle a lot
Mhm, mhm,
to be there at that point.
mhm,
So just be yourself. I think just be yourself, have confidence,
mhm,
and just be in a regular practice.
mhm.
If you will practice every day, then I'm sure you'll get that confidence which the examiner, you know, looks for.
Mhm.
So I think yes, learning vocabulary, grammar, everything makes sense, but then your confidence and use the things which you are confident of. Like
Mhm.
I use the things which you know I am using in everyday life.
Yeah, yeah.
So I didn't use any what to say, any new thing there
Expressions, yeah.
to impress the examiner. Don't try to impress the examiner.
Yeah.
Just be yourself, have
Mhm.
full confidence,
Yeah.
and use the things which you already confident with.
Mhm.
So yeah, so that's how it went off, and
That
it was
was really
good.
good.
And just because of Rita ma'am, I'll say I used to
Thank
practice
you.
every day.
Thank you. But you see, like your confidence, how do you call, like affected your fluency. And because you were
That's
confident,
right.
you were
That's right.
fluent, and you could grab lots of ideas in your head because you were not like, oh no, what is this?
Correct.
That's
Correct.
what
Yes.
confidence, does to our speaking and to our brain. It's not like we get frozen because we are kind of like anxious or we are kind of like afraid. It would really affect. That's why when you hesitate, when you are afraid you make mistakes, then it would affect immensely your fluency. And already because you were confident, your fluency was just smooth.
Actually,
So,
these sessions, I'll say anyone whoever join this session every day, that is actually a motivating thing. Means that will motivate you till the end, till the exam day. So you will be motivated. Plus, you will have a lot of confidence, and I think that actually is the helping hand which you need while sitting in front of examiner.
yeah.
So yes,
Good
so
points.
these sessions really helped me a lot.
Oh, so happy to hear that,
Yeah.
Jaitly. All right, so we have 3 minutes left. I think we can use that up for one person. I think Grace. Grace, are you still up to one question or two? Maybe part 3 question.
Sure, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Are you okay? Rishu,
Yes,
can I still ask you, Rishu, to be the examiner for Grace?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, maybe one or two questions, and then we are finished.
Yeah.
Hello. Yes.
So the question is, where can people hear a lot of noise?
Sorry, I cannot hear you.
I will try repeating it again. Might be with a little noise here.
It sounds like your also your connection ratio. I'm not sure if that's. Yeah, I feel like your voice. I don't know, and it's like it's like in the inside of a, I don't know, a room.
Might be.
Okay, just
Now you can hear me?
Yeah.
I'm saying where can people hear a lot of noise?
Still, I cannot
where
understand.
where do people hear a lot of
Yeah.
noise?
Yeah.
Okay, where do people hear a lot of noise? Part 3 question.
Well, in my experience, differing noise can be heard when you are residing beside the airport, or maybe on the in the highway where there's a lot of cars. And I think that noise um, could 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 be noticeable if you are around that area. And I think you can prevent that. You can deter that by means of just um, going to some um, place where there is this, where there is silence, so you can be productive in terms that you are doing your job.
Okay, Grace, I think you were struggling with fluency, so
Yes.
we'll do we'll do it again, and it will be cut off. So just we'll see you guys again next time. Well, tomorrow maybe. Okay, Rishu, can you say it again? Where do? Oh, okay, I remember that. Where do people hear a lot of noise? Answer.
Yes.
Grace, do you want to
Hello?
answer?
Yes. Okay. Well, in my experience, this place would be if you are living beside the airport, or you're near with a transportation where there's a lot of cars, whereas these vehicles are common in their place. I think noise pollution can be observed um, with this kind of place. Like if you're living in a community where there is a population.
Okay. No, it's done. Sorry, guys. But we can repeat that question, and or you guys can practice to answer that question. Maybe you can write down some notes how to answer, and then just practice, 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 so that your fluency and coherence will be really smooth sailing. Okie dokie. So now we're gonna end our live. Okay, there.